ThaBoxingvoice.com live. But the man is going to give us all the answers. We want to know, why has Tom Lawfer, K2 Promotions, Gennady Golovkin, HBO not sent Erislandy Lara a contract? Every time Lara has an opportunity to get in front of a camera or a microphone, he says he wants to fight Triple G. Why can't he get that fight? You guys are signing Al Haymon. He signed Louis DeCubas. What's going on, Junior? Talk to us.
Yeah, actually, Tom reached out to Al Haymon after they signed the Kell Brook fight. Said he'd like to discuss possibility maybe of doing some fights with Lara and some of the other guys. He's got. So it looks like it could have happened real soon.
So things are starting to move. What do you think prompted Tom Lawfer to call you after he made the fight with Kell Brook? It makes like a bit of no sense at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest, I don't even know what to say. I think everyone knows Lara's been calling out Golovkin. It's the fight people want to see here in the United States. I don't know about anywhere else, but in the States. And I think it's a fight that's going to get made.
I need your honest opinion. When this fight showed up and it was like Triple G, Kell Brook, did you and Lara, turn your face up?
Well, Lara personally, he doesn't know who Kell Brook is. Me, I thought it was a joke at first. But look, you got to respect all boxers. Should be a good fight. They're both elite fighters, but there's a reason there's weight classes.
But what about the argument that the fans of Golovkin or even Team Golovkin themselves would say Lara's a middleweight? He's not big enough. He hasn't done enough.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the accolades. How does Kell Brook compare to Erislandy Lara?
Well, I think those are just excuses. Kell Brook is known in the UK, but he's nowhere near known as Lara is in the United States. No one can argue that. Lara's been on US TV since he turned pro. Lara's a junior middleweight. He's a bigger guy. He's fought in better competition. Golovkin wants to fight Canelo, so why don't we see what you can do with Lara? See if you can do a better job than what Canelo did.
Now, is it the fear of Gennady Golovkin and K2 to put Lara in the ring with Gennady because of the Terrence Crawford Victor Postal effect? The fact that Lara is just that slick that will make that Eastern Hemisphere fighter look average.
I'm happy you mentioned that because there's a lot of writers like Dan Raphael specifically want to call it a masterpiece when Terrence Crawford puts on a boxing display, and then when Lara does it, he's a runner, or he's this, or he's that. It's just too much, bias going on in the sport of boxing with a lot of these writers. But you saw the effect. You saw Postal's a tremendous fighter. Crawford made him look, after a few rounds like he never had a pair of gloves on before. So I think
is that what Lara would do to Gennady?
Oh, there's no question about it.
He gets a lot of credit for cutting off the ring. Gennady does, and we seen what what Lara did with Angulo. While he won the fight in fantastic fashion, he was getting caught, and the fans believe Gennady cuts the ring off better than Angulo.
Well, but Angulo's also willing to take 2 or 3 to land his one. If you watch Golovkin fight, he doesn't fight that way. He fights patient. He's a tremendous fighter, but he stalks you, but patiently. And I think Postal wanted to jump all over Crawford until he felt a little bit of power, and then obviously he wasn't too hesitant to jump in. I think that would be the same thing with Lara. Once Golovkin feels Lara's power, I think he won't be as quick to jump in. People say Lara's not a big puncher, he's a runner, but go look at every single one of his fights. Every time he's done with the fight, the guys are all beat up. The whole face is all beat up. Whether it's the last fight, Canelo, whoever it is.
The biggest question is probably one you can't answer, but give us a gauge, right? Billy Joe Saunders turned down $4 million is the rumor. Kell Brook received $5 million is the rumor. Where does Lara fall? Because an offer could come. The fans won't know about it. And K2 will say, well, Lara rejected the fight. It might be $1 million offer, right? And it's not respectable of Erislandy Lara.
Lara makes $1 million to fight Delvin Rodriguez. So obviously not going to fight Golovkin for $1 million. But it's a business, and then it's something we got to have to sit down and have to discuss, as a team. And obviously we got our advisor, Haymon, who's going to make the financial decision and the negotiations. So I mean, it's really on him to put the deal together, but we're willing to fight. You know, if the fight's there, we're willing to fight.
Essentially, what we want to be reassured is that this fight, if it ever gets to the negotiation table, it doesn't fall apart like the Chris Eubank fight.
No, absolutely not. I mean, especially with that type of money, I think Eubank was going to make upwards of $5 million. If Lara's going to get upwards of $5 million, put on the gloves and fight Golovkin today.
Well, Louis, I just wanted to clear the air. We appreciate you answering some questions for us. So on this Golovkin situation, being as though the Lara's been chasing him, but if you had to give a time frame for your fans of Erislandy Lara, how long do you think it will be before Lara can actually pin this guy in the ring?
I think within the next year and a half, they're going to have to fight because, I mean, boxing is just, it's shrinking. There's only elite level guys that are fighting each other, so it just comes down to certain guys. So, I mean, Lara's just got to keep doing what he's doing. I know Golovkin's going to keep doing what he's doing with the opposition they're picking for him. And one day sooner or later, hopefully they're in the ring.
All right, well, thank you very much.